Longhorn Nation, we're back.
This is like a man walking on the moon. Never before.
Oh, my Lord! Oh!
Bevo!
She's trying to take a picture.
How many points did Texas lose by? Hopefully they covered. Man, that would suck if they got blown out. Let me just look this up. Texas versus Georgia. Oh, man. Oh. This is a joke, right? This is an April Fool's. Yeah, it's an April Fool's, guys. Yeah, it's January 1st. January Fool's, guys. Yeah, I thought it was no. The SEC defense, they would never do this. They would never allow that. The Big 12 offenses aren't that good. The Big 12 defense they allow like 70 points a game. There's no way this is fake. All right, real score of the Texas Georgia game. Wait, it says 28-21 still. This is real. Texas Longhorns are 1-0 in 2019. Check. Texas Longhorns only allowed 21 points to an SEC opponent. Check. Texas Longhorns get a 10-win season for the first time since 2009. Check. Here we go. Texas defeated the Georgia Bulldogs 28-21 in the Sugar Bowl. So, started off with a very intense targeting call as Bevo attacked Uga. I don't know what his name is. Bulldog, whatever that Bulldog's name is. And that's when the intensity started. About, I don't know how long before the game. 30 minutes before the game. But man, it started the heat off early. Texas went down. They scored on their first possession. It was like, whoa, okay, Texas scored. But then, this is where it gets good. So, Texas, they forced I don't know if it was a 3 now, but they forced him to punt. And the punter, he catches the snap, but it was a low snap, and he has to put his knee down on the ground. And when his knee was on the ground, he had full possession of the ball. So you know what that means. 66-yard change in field, the possession where the ball was. Yeah. Anyways. The whole momentum was in Texas' favor. They never trailed in the game. They were up 28-7 at one point. I was nervous because I was like, man, they've blown so many fourth quarter leads. They were up 45-24 on Oklahoma, 34-17 on Tech, 21-0 on Kansas. They were up like 19-0 on K-State. They've blown a lot of fourth quarter leads. They kind of did that. They were up 28-14, and then with like 10 seconds left, Georgia scored a touchdown. They failed on the onside kick. But still, they won. They got a nice, solid win to start off the new year. So, obviously, if you just not like my Twitter and then just anyone else's Twitter, it's basically just trolling the SEC. Because, they had all that crap talk. They're like, oh, we play 4 Big 12 opponents. That's easy wins. They don't play defense. Because, they don't ever respect – no one ever respects the Big 12 and how good the offenses are. You got to look at the offenses. These are crazy offenses. You got Kyler Murray, who won the Heisman. You got Sam Ehlinger, who's a pretty solid player because he can throw the ball and then he can run you over. And then you got other teams like West Virginia when they had Will Greer who could throw the ball all over you. I mean, there are good, solid offenses in the Big 12, and everyone's treating them like they're crap, and it's just because there's no defense. No, these defenses aren't total crap. I mean, they're good. They're good defenses. They aren't the best defenses. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're elite defenses like Oklahoma's defense. They're like second to last in all of college football in red zone defense. So there are some bad defenses, don't get me wrong. I'm not going on saying these are elite defenses, but they're not as terrible as you think. Texas has one of the best rushing defenses in the Big 12, I think. I think they're like 35th in the nation coming into this game. And all I heard about before this game was Georgia's running backs, Holyfield and Swift. Holyfield, he did solid. 12 rushes, 62 yards, 5 yards a carry. His longest rush was only 11 yards, though. Swift had a terrible start. He fumbled twice. One of those was lost. The other one, someone else was able to get back on top of it. But he had a bad game. 8 rushes for 12 yards. He just had a bad game. So they basically were like, okay, this isn't working. Jake Fromm, Steak Farm, he was talking about earlier this week. He's like, if you're in my conference and you try to be as aggressive as Sam Ehlinger, that's not going to work. Well, hey, it worked. He got 3 rushing touchdowns. But anyways, I don't know what else to say. I'm very excited that Texas won, obviously, because I'm a Texas fan and I'm freaking out. And the memes are flying. I need to see if there's anything else on here. Sam Ehlinger made that statement after the game. He's like, we're back. Yeah, okay, cool, hook 'em. But obviously this is a big deal for the Big 12 to get a solid New Year's 6 win. It's big for Texas for recruit reasons. Recruits are going to see this one and be like, hey, I want to be a part of that. Next season, obviously, Texas won their New Year's 6 Bowl. LSU won their New Year's 6 Bowl. They meet next year, like the second game of the season. So that's a big deal for them. That's going to likely be a top 10 matchup. Obviously, Texas in the future, they're likely going to be ranked high. Top 10 next year after this impressive win. They were ranked number 15 coming into this game. They beat number 5. Georgia, they were trying to make the argument, hey, we should have been in the playoff. Well, they could have proved it today playing a Texas team that they were supposed to win by 13 or more points according to the spread. The spread was 13. But they obviously blew it, and they lost their 3rd loss of the season. And they go into the offseason with 2 consecutive losses, one in the SEC Championship, which they blew the lead, and then this one, obviously, where they did not lead at all. So the impact goes different directions. Georgia, I'm not saying they're trending down like they're going to suck next year or anything. They still have a talented team. They still have a great recruiting class, and so they're still trending up. But the end of the season, obviously, for the players that are currently on the team, that's not good. 2 straight losses, and New Year's 6 loss and a conference championship loss, and not making the playoff when you think you should have, and then not being able to prove that obviously hurts. But Texas, first 10-win season since 2009. You got to win over a top 5 opponent. There's a lot to be happy for if you're Texas. The future, obviously. Seniors get to go out with a huge win. I mean, 2 years ago, they were in Lawrence, Kansas after a fat L. And now look at them now. They're finishing off their career with a win in the All-State Sugar Bowl at the beginning of 2019. So the Horns are 1-0 in 2019. So, yeah, this is a Texas fan's reaction to that. I hope you like the clips at the beginning of Bevo attacking the Bulldog and... Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Texas fans yelling SEC. I thought that was hilarious. I tweeted out, I was like, that was the highlight of the year. Highlight of 2019, Texas fans chanting SEC. Thanks for watching. If you're a triggered SEC or triggered Georgia fan, you can go ahead and comment. Obviously, I mean, people are going to be upset by this. I mean, it's a reaction video, so I'm going to react. I'm going to react how I feel. But yeah, it was a crazy game, fun game to watch. Thank you for watching this video. There you go. It's probably the Steven Adams All-Star video. You should go watch that. You should go vote for him for All-Star too. This video, I don't even know why I'm going to make this video, but go ahead, watch it. Face, subscribe, click, and hook 'em horns. Hook 'em. Hook 'em.